Welcome back to part 5 and also the final part of this video release for the Tim Holtz and Sizzix die sets chapter 3. The making of this envelope page I already explained in another video, but now it is time to decorate it. I chose a quite easy way of embellishing this envelope just by adding a piece of a label from the die sets and just a couple of black letters that will make the word letter. Why a quite simple embellishment, you might think, but it's not always necessary to overload a page, and in this case the envelope is already pretty on its own. Even the smallest embellishment will add up in a positive way in your journal, and that also goes for this little stamp. Let's move forward and create another page. I am using one of the clusters that we made before, and I glued it down in the middle of a piece of Postal ephemera, and this creates an immediately pocket that you can put something in or behind. The stamps are a great addition for my journal and especially in this theme, so I stamped and cut out a whole bunch of them. Now I am creating a little glassine envelope just to store those little cute stamps in, and I am trying to make it fit so it will go behind the pocket. This little glassine envelope needs a little touch-up, not a whole lot of embellishing, and I chose to use a red label, some Remnant drops to decorate it, and a little stamp on top to finish it. You can see that I am placing the Remnant drops mostly on the left side of the label, and that is because the stamp will go mostly on the right, and your words and numbers that you are adding, you want them to be seen, so I'm adding it to a place that it's visible. The great thing about the Remnant drops is that you can make them fit for your project. You can cut and paste as you like. Instead of using glue, you could also use staples to attach some pieces of ephemera together, and that is what I did on some smaller pieces throughout this little journal. And to keep the envelope closed, I used a little piece of tape. Let's go straight to the next page, where I am looking and searching for a way on how I want it collaged, and I am working with the label that I cut into the corner. I am still embellishing my little pieces of tape with the Remnant drops, and I love the pointy finger that will come back in this page, and I am still thinking on how to use the little red tag on the left upper corner. One thing that I'm definitely certain about of using are the black numbers. I really love the popping effect on a page, and I also think it gives and creates contrast in your work. In the meantime, I am sure on my collage because I found some cute little pieces of ephemera, and I changed the red label tag for a white frame tag. Make sure that every piece of your ephemera gets a good rub of brown ink, and maybe you also want to use the paper distresser to roughen up all the edges. When you have the perfect layout for your collage, I most of the times take a picture with my cell phone, and by the time it is time to glue all the pieces down, I will get my cell phone out, search for the picture of the collage that I am working on, and then recreate it on the paper. I really think it's a handy way of working, and I will not regret making a mistake. Now on to working on this cluster that we created before. You can see I'm adding a glue on the top and the bottom and not in the middle, so you can still slide some ephemera behind this piece. A lot of the papers that I use, like this for example, this ephemera is from the Tim Holtz ephemera pack Keepsakes, and the more smaller pieces, the little bits and pieces, are from the Snippets ephemera pack. In these two packs there is a wide variety of Postal theme items that you can use, and also a lot of ephemera has a blue or a red color. The piece of ephemera that I'm gluing down right here is just a red label out one of these packages, and I embellished it with the Remnant drops Eccentric. Like I said before, I am working on a page right now with a window frame in it, and then you have to consider how to embellish both sides at the same time, because when you glue something down, most of the time it's visible on both sides. We are down to the last page of this mini journal, and because I liked the first page, how it turned out, I think it's not a problem to make a kind of a replication of that, and that is what I am doing right now. In this case, I'm using a red frame and still a mini paper doll that is sitting in the window. It's definitely not a problem to repeat steps in your journal over and over again. First of all, it will give you a matching look. And second of all, when you like something, why do not recreate it again, and maybe with some other materials or a little bit of another color, and that's okay. On this page, I just made a couple of little changes. So a red frame instead of blue. In the background, I used a couple of more Remnant rubs. I used a label, this little label with a number on it. Maybe another number set from the Snippets pack that goes below the sitting boy. It's just minor changes. When you would like to make a journal like this for yourself, I will put a supply list in the description box below for you. And besides that, if you like my content and you find inspiration in my work, I would love it if you like, comment or subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want to support me, you can click the Patreon link in the description box. Thank you!